All right. I've been trying to get this darn thing to record for so long. I haven't been able to record any videos. So here we go. I want to do a quick demo here. I'm not going to go through lots of explanation. I'm just going to do it. And I've got an app here that displays some graphics and course description and a rating. Okay, so there's 3 graphics. So what you need here is we're going to use Windows Web Deploy to deploy it out to an IIS virtual machine. We're going to store the data, which includes the location and then the description and the rating of the class, on a SQL Server database. And lastly, we're going to use a storage account and create a container in the storage account to store all the data. So this is going to be that. So I'm just going to run through this, creating the virtual machine. We're going to create the database storage account. It's going to go pretty quick, hopefully. App group, and always create a new resource group. That way you can delete it. It's going to Eastern time zone, no infrastructure required. And I want to do 2022 Data Center Edition x64 Gen 2. I'm going to go with the standard D2S version 3 because I'm going to delete it anyway. So I'd rather have some decent performance while I'm working to make things go quicker. Okay, so I'm going to leave it SSD for speed purposes. And under networking, we need to add HTTP port 80. And I like to delete the NICs public and NICs when the VM is deleted, just to make sure there's nothing laying around. Don't like to have things laying around in Azure. I also enable shutdown whenever I'm working, because in case for some reason, an emergency comes up and I can't get back to it to delete the resource group, I might want to make sure I'm keeping that server nice and cheap. All right, so monitoring advanced, nothing special there. So this is going to be the virtual machine, and we're going to go ahead and let that rip. And then while we're doing that, we're going to create a SQL database. This is going to contain it's going to be on a server, and I wanted to see it's okay. App group, it's been created already, and database name, just going to say AppDB. It's going to exist on a new server, and let's see, what am I calling? So that's App Store. This is App Server there, and East US SQL authentication, and this is the SQL login. Okay, and it's all within the same location. So I got to configure the database down here. It's for development purposes only. And here I'm just going to select basic, and then locally redundant backup storage is the cheapest. And let's see. I do want to get to networking. Let me just double check some things here. Pay as I go, good. And I want a public endpoint, and I want to allow Azure services to connect, and my client IP to connect. I don't need a connection policy. TLS, it works. Don't need that. Don't need any of this. no sample data needed. Got my own data. And create that bad boy. Now we'll do the storage account. And we're going to say that's App Store for, okay. App Store 4088. Oops. Okay. East US. It's going to be used for blob storage. Primarily local redundant storage is what I need. And I want anonymous access on for this storage account. And then we don't need anything there. Don't need that. Don't need encryption. Review and create. Okay. And there we go. Now, this one takes the longest. This one should be done by now. So let's go jump out and get IIS installed. We'll remote into it. And okay. Okay, so while that's running, I want to go ahead and configure a DNS name for this. AppVM 4088 is what I want to use. Save that. Okay. And let's see, something else. Oh, networking. I'll come back to networking. Okay, so server manager is going to fire up here. While that's firing up, our SQL database is working. My deployment's complete. Let's go down to data storage. We're going to create a container, and it's going to be called images. And I definitely need to change it to anonymous read access only. Go ahead and create that. Images, and now we're going to upload. Browse for the files. I have them. Last place I was there. So uploading all of that is good. Deployment's still working there, and let's go back to the server. So server is still thinking about what it is. Who am I? Oh, it's done. Okay. Now add roles and features. We're going to only go through this once. We're going to do the web server right here. Add features. And then we're going to go over to role services, and we're going to install. This is really important, called management service. This will allow us to deploy websites using web deploy and .NET 6.0, etc. So we'll get that running here, and then we're going to go back while that's installing. And our deployment's complete on the database. So I really want to just go in and into the query editor, and I'm going to down here, gonna create a table called course. I already created a database. Database is sitting there, so it's just waiting for data. The table is called course, and App Store, blob core, images, etc., etc. So if we run that query, all the data is out there. Okay. So we got our images, we got our data. What we're going to do is when this gets done installing, we're going to jump into IIS. Oh, by the way, I do need to do this while I'm waiting. Here, I'm going to be downloading some install binaries, and I need to turn this off. And I also like to, when I'm working here in demo mode, I like to turn off the firewall. So advanced settings, and go here, properties, turn it all off. Domain level, private, and public. Okay, all that's turned off. Good. And I believe that's that. And then what I want to do is go grab this information here. We're going to be downloading it, starting without my data. And we're going to confirm and continue, make that, okay, start browsing. Now, let's put this in the notepad. We're going to go here, and we're going to go here. Okay, and here, hit enter, and, oh, itchy. Let's see, hosting bundle. I want to grab the hosting bundle. That's going to start downloading. I also want to download the web deploy for the AMD 64 and English. So that's downloading. Let's go back to here. We've got that installed. Now we're going to go into IIS. And we're going to look at the management service. We're going to start it if it's not started. And we're going to get a port number from the management service. And we're going to create a firewall rule. So enable it. 8172 is the port that we want to create the firewall rule for. So I'm going to just jump out really quick and go do that here. And networking, I'm going to create a port rule. Okay. And there it is. 8172, nothing fancy. Okay. Okay, so port rules created. Now, one thing I do want to show you is the IIS website should be right here. Yes. Okay. So we've got that. We've got the management service started. We've got things downloaded. Now what we're going to do is go out to here. We're going to install web deploy. Actually, no, I want to install .NET hosting first, and then web deploy. It's just me. That's the way I do things. That's the way I roll. Okay. So that's going to be a quick install. So that website I just showed you with IIS there, it's the default IIS website. That's going to be replaced with our new website that I have in Visual Studio. And let's see, web deploy, install that guy. And I just do a complete install. I just get everything out there. I'm not sticking the system, so don't have to worry about the footprint. And then once that's done, there you go. And let's jump over to Visual Studio. I'm going to assume you have knowledge of Visual Studio. So SQL app, what we're going to do is we're just going to publish this baby. Okay. And we're going to create a, should already have a published profile. I want to go look at it first before I publish. Come on, sweetie. Edit. Okay, looks like I did it yesterday as well. Okay, so connection East US, that should be right. 8172 FVM 4088, save password, validate connection, save that certificate. Okay, so that's the destination URL. And let's see, we got release version 6, file dependent, okay, portable. All right, looks like we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at this website right here. We're going to do a refresh after it's done deploying, and then okay, we're looking for green up here, green checkbox. Okay, good. Deployment succeeded. Refresh. Come on, sweetie. Yep, there it goes. List of courses. There's the graphics that we have stored over here. And then the actual data here, where we're reading the data, and we're referencing that location and then putting out the description, course name here, the rating here, over there. So that's it. That's the demo. It's a lot of steps. So I hope you guys had fun with this. This is a demo that I learned on a Cloud Guru. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't a Cloud Guru, it was Udemy. There was an instructor on Udemy, and he's the guy that is the magic behind all this. So I just been practicing doing all the pieces and deploying, and I just wanted to show it off. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks.